2 past 2, meal 1. Oh, I forgot to add the cheese. But yeah, I'm having this hummus, mango chutney, mango chutney, and the hummus, the mushoo. I'm gonna have some of this. I haven't had much water to drink, if at all, after getting up. It's meal 1, 2 past 2, if I hadn't said that already. The reason why I'm having my first meal so late is because I woke up late, because I went to bed way too early last night. Way too early. I went to bed at 7 to 6 in the evening. I said I wanted to get up, but I never got up. I sat down on the bed, and once I sat down, I said I wanted to get up. I did not do that. Yeah, I didn't. So I stayed up late. I had my few hours of rest, comfortable rest, and then it just got tough from there. So regardless of how much I want to do it, I've got to work on not doing that again. At least having systems in place where I don't do that again, and it's very easy to not do that again. I don't know what I'd have to do to get that done though, because I just wouldn't want to sit down because I'd be feeling tired and I'd want to go to bed. I think I might go on walks. That might be something. Yeah, I could do that instead. Go on walks. Allow myself to think, rather than just staying at home. I don't want to do that. Anyway, I'm gonna add the cheese, just to add more volume to the meal. Because again, this is my first meal of the day, so I want to make sure that I feel full. Because that's what food's for. Just got a chunk of cheese and I'm just putting it on. I could actually melt this, to be fair, but I'm feeling hungry, my core's tense, and I'm feeling thirsty, so I probably won't. Here you go. This is meal 1, and I want to have this. I want to have some water before eating this because out of habit. So I'll probably do that and then start. Yeah, the habit's now rubbing off. I'm now starting to think about the habits I'm putting in place with my meals more automatically. It's on the mind, so it's not like it's just come out of nowhere. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna have this meal. Before I do, I'll drink and then I'll eat with whilst drinking water. Yeah. Had to go to the gym quickly. It's now 20 to 3, so that's when I'm actually having the meal. I forgot that I need to go away and measure myself. Yeah, 2:37 according to the time on my phone. This is not mine, by the way. I'm just having my water over here. Yeah. I'm impulsively looking to have some of this food that my mum cooked. It's like a chicken fried rice and some salmon, and I'm thinking just to add some variety to my meals, I could have some of this, but I think I'd much rather create a healthier alternative. You can see the rice she's used. I'd much rather create a healthier alternative to these sorts of meals. So because I'm thinking of having this, I think what I'll do is I'll learn how to make it instead. That way I can add a lot more vegetables than what's there. There are no vegetables there. I can add my own mixed veg, broccoli, spinach, cauliflower, all of that into the rice. But seeing as I was looking at it thinking that I would want to have some, I'll certainly think about it for sure. Yeah, I could do bolognese as well, make a healthier bolognese for sure as well. Yeah, but for now, I've just got my pasta bake there, and I think if I really want to have it after that pasta bake, then I'll ask to have some. And I'll be able to find out what my mum uses by looking in the fridge. Speaking of my meal plans though, I do need to think about incorporating more of everything that I've bought into what I'm eating, because I haven't yet done that. It's something that I could work on. Yeah, because I fear, that's the word that's coming into my mind. I fear that the things that I would have bought would have just gone off. I basically would have bought them for no reason. Well, I want to buy them because I want to eat them, of course, but I just wouldn't have. So yeah, it's something I do need to work on for sure. By the way, it's 7:23 and I'm having the meal. I didn't put any cheese on because I wanted to. I sensed that I was overindulging with the cheese by melting the cheese. So to not eat in such a gluttonous way, to eat in a less gluttonous way, I decided to take off the cheese. To not add any cheese, sorry. Yeah. No, there's nothing else I want to add for now. Oh, actually, no, there is. So I purposefully didn't say when I was having the meal in the kitchen, when I showed the mayonnaise and the ketchup, just because Dad was there. So I just didn't do it. I didn't do it then. I caved into my need for thirst and trying to quench my thirst with food. I've got the chicken fried rice and the salmon in there. In order to make it healthier, I've decided to add spinach. And I was almost going to eat this with a spoon, but I remembered not to do that. And to have it with a fork instead, to practice meal hygiene, or to improve it. I was going to have it in this small bowl, but because I was adding the spinach, I decided to add the salmon in there as well. I decided to just put in a larger one anyway. I think it could have been impulsive, but I do think that's why I did that. It literally happened a couple of minutes ago. You'd think I know, but yeah. Anyway, I've at least made it healthier by having the spinach in there. And as I was saying, I patted the spinach dry, by the way, after rinsing it in this small bowl here. As I was saying, seeing as I want to have this meal impulsively, I can think about making a healthier equivalent to it. So instead of using white rice, like my mum has done, I can use brown rice. In fact, I could use some of the brown rice that I already have, and I can ask if my mum would be okay with me using some of the soy sauce that might be there. I can even look to see if there is any. Hold on. If there is any, it'll probably be in this compartment here. Yeah. Let's see what this is. Yeah, look at that oyster sauce. Looks like there's more oyster sauce there. Seems like this is the stir fry section. Oyster sauce. Is that some Blue Dragon here? Yeah, light soy sauce. Oh, and then that's just the green one's just the drink. It's like how this one is, I think. Yeah, it's just, no, it's not. Fish sauce, apparently. I had no idea. I would have thought that was a drink, but yeah, I can go out my way to use ingredients like that, seeing as I don't have a problem eating this impulsively. I can add it to one of my meals. Yeah. But anyway, I'll let this cook, or heat up, and then I'll say the time that I'm having the meal is 4 to 9 for now, but right now. And I really do need to drink more water though. But what I was going to say is I will make the next clip when I'm ready to eat. I didn't keep up with water as much as I thought or much as I could have. I've had like over 2.5 liters of water today throughout the entirety of the day, and that's absolutely isn't enough. Yeah, I could keep more up to track with it, and it's something that I'm working on over time, so I do need to be patient with myself. I give myself a self-hug with my left hand as I'm recording with my right. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna end this clip here, go to the toilet quickly, and then film the time that it will be when I'm having my meal. Yeah. Right, 9 o'clock, bang on. I'm having this meal. I decided to add that because I didn't think this did not look flavorful to me. So I decided to make it hyper palatable. I wasn't thinking about that when I added it though, just a few seconds ago. Sorry to myself, sorry me, I forgot. But at least I'm having it with a fork, practicing improving my meal hygiene that way. I went to the toilet, my system is looking fine. Piss was only light yellow, if that. It was almost colourless. And my shit came out easily, even though it was light brown, which to me means very refined processed carbs from my experience. But I don't think I've been doing that really. Came out smooth, and my bum wasn't hurting at all until I used the toilet paper. The toilet paper's hard, it's rough, like sandpaper. My system's fine, but my bum's hurting a tiny bit because of the toilet paper, not because of how I'm eating. Sign of progress, yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna have this meal with some water, and I actually wanted to touch on what sort of things I'll be doing as I have my meal. So whilst eating dinner, I'd usually be watching YouTube with that, and that could be gluttonous of me to do that. Overconsumption of food and overconsumption of information, especially during the nighttime. Maybe. It's not something. The 7 deadly sins isn't something that I think about until like yesterday when I was watching stuff about it and realizing, okay, wow, that is actually quite a part of my life, more than I've thought of in the past. Not more than I'd like to admit. No, I have that level of honesty with myself where I can admit that without feeling angry or anything like that. No, I don't need to go through like the stages of grief. No, I've built up a level of honesty with myself to the point where I can admit that, and I can look at my flaws and go out my way to overcome them and grow from them. But yeah, it's certainly something I can work on, this sort of stuff. I am, to be fair, I did eat my pasta bake in a small portion like this, and although I'm not feeling hungry, I'm feeling thirsty. I know this is something I've been needed to work on, and I am slowly, so I do need to be patient with myself here. Like, drinking more water isn't something that's just gonna happen. It's not something that's just gonna be sustained, that I'll do sustainably overnight like that. No, it's gonna take time. I've been drinking too little water for years, potentially my entire life. Malnourished myself my entire life, and past a certain point, that's up to me. My parents aren't gonna know how if I'm drinking a healthy amount, and past a certain point, that's not their responsibility. So I absolutely will not blame them and say that's their fault. Could they have educated me more on it? Maybe, but I mean, they're not mind readers, and even then I wasn't thinking. Back then, when I wasn't eating like this, I wasn't thinking about nutrition and food. It wasn't one of the main things that were on my mind. It was more so school during A-level times and before that. But anyway, that's a topic that that's a topic for another day. But yeah, I'm having this meal 9:03 now. Yeah, it's 10:43 in the evening, and I was thinking of having the Nutella wholemeal bread sandwich, but I decided not to because it smells like the Nutella stinks. So I just won't do that gluttony thing. Yeah, it's something that I certainly could work on. Not eating as much during the night time. It's an improvement. I've improved in the sense that I'm not wanting to eat white bread, and I'm not eating white bread when I have wholemeal bread around. But I'm still wanting to eat a lot at night. I think that could be because I get up late. That could be why. I think that would explain it. Because this same way of eating may be the same way of eating that I'd have if it were earlier. If I woke up earlier, that I'd have in the evening, say around 7 p.m. rather than going on 11. Maybe, yeah. I'm feeling very thirsty when I was making that decision. Not only that, but I'm in the kitchen, so I should expect myself to eat something eventually if I stay in the kitchen. I haven't been in it, I've only been here for a few minutes or so, thinking of making myself a Nutella sandwich whilst I go to bed. But I'm feeling full, I'm not feeling hungry, I'm just feeling thirsty, which is a part of the decision making. Why I would want to do that. Not only that, but habit as well. I say not only that quite a lot, I've realised. I need to read. Anyway, I don't have much else to say. I'm just gonna not do it. I'm gonna not do it, go to bed and have my water with me, which is completely full. I've tracked at least 3.8 litres of water, and I drank quite a lot with the meal that I showed before, so that's probably why I was able to drink more than I probably would have done today. Yeah, so I could certainly bring, for future reference, I could certainly bring this with me when I want to eat, to get my water in and to drink a healthy amount of water. Yeah. I don't know why I wanted to drink a lot of water whilst I was having the chicken fried rice. I don't know, but I just did. I know I want to improve how much I drink, so that's probably a part of that. Me saying that over and over again, it's probably meant that I've decided to take action on it without, more so subconsciously than consciously, maybe. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to make a quick note of that. I'm not eating. I'm gonna go to bed and drink my water. That's an improvement. Yeah, because I don't want to eat as much at night, because I don't need to eat in such a gluttonous way. I would be overeating a lot. I don't need to do that. Yeah, I'm just practicing self-control more and more. It seems like that's what's happening. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Let's see what I get up to tomorrow. Yeah, peace. Seeing as I'm wanting to drink more, not only can I drink more during my meals, as I said, but I can go out of my way to focus a lot more on my water intake rather than what I eat. So basically, have the weekly meal plans, but focus all of my thoughts on my water intake rather than my diet in terms of eating. Think of diet as eating and drinking, not just eating. Yeah, I've got to do that from now on. From this point onwards, 10:48 in the evening, late at night, I'm deciding I'll do that. Diet's not just about eating, it's about drinking as well, in my mind, just so that I stay on track with drinking a healthy amount rather than just only eating healthy foods. I need to think about eating in a healthy amount as well, yeah, because I wouldn't do that. I would not do that, but it's something I can work on over time. Yeah, I just needed to build a foundation of eating healthily first of all. Now I can think about eating to a healthy amount and drinking a healthy amount. Yeah, slow process, but I'm certainly getting there for sure. And maybe in a few months, I'll be focused on something else, like further progressing somehow. Probably, yeah. But I don't know how, but I'll soon find out. That's it for today. See what I get up to tomorrow, as I was saying. Peace. I'm leaving it at that because I'm going to bed. But anyway, yeah, bye. 7:10, meal one. Just a quick something. It's 7:10 in the morning. We got this. Yeah, just decided to add some greens here and there because I did not like the look of it without greens, so I got the spinach rather than the lettuce. That was an impulsive decision, honestly. But yeah, anyway, meal one. 6:33, I'm having this. I'm actually really feeling a bit hungry, and I've got my water with me because I'm feeling thirsty as well. Yeah, this is the last of the pasta bake, by the way. I thought it was gonna go off if I left it for a couple of days longer, so I'm just having the rest of it now. I decided to have some of the jollof that's here. It's not corned beef, it just has some boiled chicken in it with some mixed veg. Put some in the microwave. And it's 8:47 now. It's been a while since I ate. I had one of these completely. It's around about 1.5 I had. I certainly did do some catching up with my water intake today. And I think the reason why I might be doing this impulsively, it's number one because I'm doing it impulsively, out of thirst, I think. And two, potentially I'm lacking too much variety in my diet. And I want to go for something different. It could be that. So I think it's now time to really move on to cooking different meals other than pasta bakes and my rice and curries. I genuinely might have to. Otherwise, I might keep on doing this. Even though I've had a lot of water to drink recently, just during the night, I've really been drinking, but yeah, I think it's time to move on to eat different hot meals, like what I've got here, log pasta, basil, rice and curries. It's time to move on. I know how to do them, and I can incorporate them into my diet later on, but not for now. I will make a quick video when I'm having this meal. It'll only be a couple of minutes, but yes, something to think about. I've just had a small bite of it, and I completely forgot about the spoon thing, but I've been doing okay. I think once every while. Actually, no, I can't justify it. It's how I'm used to doing it. No licking the spoon. It's how I'm used to doing it, but there you go. Yeah, 8:49. I'll be having this meal. I need to add more variety into what I eat. Otherwise, I might keep on doing this and drink more water throughout the day as well. Yeah, this will probably be the last meal throughout the day before I go to bed. This does not look all that appealing to me. I personally want to have it more colourful, and I'll work on this myself. It doesn't taste all that either. It's pretty plain. Yeah, I'll make my own version of this and make it healthier. Oh, speaking of, I tried to get quite a bit of meat so that there's at least some protein in there, and it's not more carbs than it has to be. More processed carbs than it has to be. But yeah, there isn't really much else to say other than that. Other than I'll make my own versions of this, like my own chicken fried rice, my own egg fried rice, my own jollof, my own rice and stew. I'll make my own versions of this in time. Seems like that's what I need to do to add more variety and make myself less likely to eat these sorts of foods when they're out. Oh yeah, convenience as well. I've been improving how convenient it is to eat healthily by bulk cooking, but it's something I could do. For example, when I say it's about time to eat, I can leave like a container out, so it's just there, just like how this is here. That's actually an amazing idea. I like the sound of that a lot. I might do that. Speaking of my diet though, going to the toilet, taking a shit and pissing's been extremely smooth, but my bum did feel sore after going to the toilet, specifically because of the toilet paper. That toilet paper, in my mind, the first thought that came to mind was that toilet paper did me dirty. No pun intended. It's painful. It's painful to use that. And there, my parents have bought softer ones, so I'll certainly be using softer tissue paper from now on, because I don't need to hurt myself. I don't need to hurt myself to wipe up after myself, to wipe the bum. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. I'm thinking of having it with some shitter to make it more flavorful, at least more palatable. I could use mango chutney, but I've had that quite often. No, I think I'll just have it as it is. I'm feeling full, but I'm having it anyway out of thirst. But yeah, anyway, 8 to 9 now I'm gonna have this. I just saw this small piece of chicken that I didn't show. This is all the chicken that I got. Yeah. Congratulations to me for deciding to have a fork, even though I was gonna have it with a spoon as well. Self-hug. Hey. I could have not done that, but meal hygiene's improving. I can't just not do it. Yeah. I know I want to improve, so that's what I'm going to do with small things like this. Eating with a fork rather than with a spoon, so that I'm eating manageable amounts every forkful rather than heaps per spoonful. Yeah, there's a lot more control and I feel a lot more full. And that's why I prefer having a fork over a spoon. I certainly will carry on doing it, regardless of what I eat. I said I wanted to have spinach with this, but I'm not gonna add spinach now. I've just started eating. I can't be bothered, honestly. But yeah, I'm making improvements for sure. Speaking of spinach though, I can have that with these sorts of meals from now on, yeah. Certainly need to be drinking more water. I'm just having more boundaries around food, so I don't do this. But over time, man, it's not gonna happen overnight. I had a couple of bites as I was checking. As I was checking the food after taking it out of the microwave before filming. Yeah. Right, I had this meal at 12:37 in the afternoon. 7 minutes after, I took out the next. I took out my cheese sandwich that I'm gonna show. That had mango chutney and hummus, just like how this sandwich does, but just without the chicken. This chicken sandwich doesn't have any cheese, by the way, just for clarification. The reason why I took it out thinking I was gonna eat it is because I wasn't feeling full until that first image that I showed hit me all at once. I decided to not eat at this time that I took this photo at 12:44, and I left it until later. This is the image that shows that. I don't know when I had this meal, but I can find out because I still have the photos in my camera roll. At 4:35 I had this sandwich, and then at 4:43 I had my oranges. For further clarification, these are the times that I have on my camera roll that say that I took these photos. That said, I did immediately eat the photos. Oh my gosh. I did immediately eat after taking the photos that I showed. Yeah. I also wanted to make a note about water intake as well for some reason. Oh yes, I remember. So as I was eating, I found it a bit, the space was a bit cramped. So I found it tough to drink water whilst I was eating my meal. That was a note that I wanted to make note of. I'm not quite sure how I still remember that after one day after, but yeah, I do. It my health and drinking and whilst eating is something that I do think about. It's on my mind, so it to be fair, actually, now that I think about it, it does make sense. But I'm done talking and making notes for these images so that they make sense. So let's cut back to when I was filming all of this footage. Peace. 7:43. I'm having this meal. I just added some young spinach into the jollof that's here. I didn't actually think about getting the chicken out with much thought. I wasn't even thinking, oh, I'll get this out so that there's more protein in this meal. No, I just got it out more so automatically. Maybe it was subconsciously because I wanted that. Maybe, yeah, but I got this out with very little thought. That was a very conscious decision, but getting the gel off was, that was impulsive. I saw it, it's just here. So I saw it. I don't think this, no, the spoon wasn't here. I got it from this cupboard over here where all the utensils are. You can see how convenient that is, look. So first of all, you come, so this is where the door is. You see, that's basically the first thing that you see. If you come in, that's the very first thing that you see. If you're just looking dead straight after coming in from the door, and then if you're automatically going to pan your eyes right and left a little bit. It's very easy to do. As you see this, oh, it's already out, ready to eat. You can just dish it out. Almost as if you're making a sandwich in terms of how convenient it is to do. Because it's literally just right, it's right there. In fact, I'd argue that making this is more convenient than making the sandwich. Not because of how long it takes, but because first of all, it's a lot more in your face, whereas the bread's in the corner. And second of all, look at what the time is. It's 7:45. Seeing as I haven't had a hot meal in quite a while today, I am more interested in having a hot meal than a cold one, because I've already had that quite a few times. So I find a hot meal more satiating. But pun intended, you're gonna see how. Went to the toilet, took a shit, and my bum was feeling a bit sore. Slightly sore, not excruciatingly pain, pain. Not in excruciating pain, there you go. So I am gonna have an apple. With that, I'm gonna slice it up and then, oh, it's I didn't actually think about that, it's hidden by the bread. But it's there, I knew it was there. I'll leave this out so it's more easy to see the apple. I'll have that with some of the Greek yogurt that I bought that's in the fridge, so that I'm not feeling as constipated. And in fact, immediately after coming out from the toilet, I was thinking I might have that first to get rid of my constipation, just to reduce the constipation, completely get rid of it really, before actually eating that food. But I might do both at the same time. I'm gonna slice up the apple, make the dessert. I haven't had any for a while, so I certainly will. And yeah, I'll have that Greek yogurt and that sliced apple with the jollof rather than have that first. I'll probably eat both of them at the same time. And I'd also like to say that I consciously thought of having a fork rather than a spoon to improve my meal hygiene, so that I eat in more manageable chunks, seeing as there'd be smaller forkfuls than larger spoonfuls, which would basically be heaps, due to how much I'd pick per spoonful, because I wouldn't be thinking about it. I didn't know any better as a kid, and I wasn't taught any better as a kid, from my memory anyway. Yeah, I actually was saying to myself that I found it more convenient to get a fork this time rather than a spoon, which is something I don't think I've ever thought before. And the reason why I said that is because it'd be easier to stir the rice and the spinach together, because the spinach was so big and the rice grain drops out as you stir it together, so you get a more thorough stir compared to with a spoon. So that's actually quite a different way of thinking there. But yeah, I feel at least more happy with the choice that I've made here. I said I wanted to add spinach to these type of meals to make it healthier, and make that change from eating my mum's meals to eating my meals completely sustainable by adding spinach rather than just having, what's here? There is mixed veg here, but look how little there is compared to how much rice there is. Yeah, I'm gonna slice up the apple now. I'm gonna get my dessert ready, and then I'll say when I'm having the meal. Here we go, 7:52, 8 to 8 in the evening on a Sunday. I'm gonna have this now. I cut up the apples with my left hand. At first glance, just on the surface, it's not a big deal. Oh, you cut with your left hand, wow. But I'm making a note of this, and I do see this as a big deal because I'm feeling hungry and I know that I want to improve my culinary skills with my left hand. And even though I'm feeling hungry, decided to cut the apples with my left hand, rather than follow my impulses with and cut with my right. That's what matters here, and that's why I'm making a note of that. Just as a note to say that I exercised self-control. I had a lot of this, more than I'd usually have, because the end date's near. Further away than I thought it'd be, because it's the 9th and it's the 2nd. But I had about 5 tablespoons full with the spoon here, and I'd usually have about 4. I went to the freezer and I was thinking of getting a breakfast topper, but then I was just looking at it and I asked myself, too much? I looked back over here, saw the rice, and then saw the bowl over there, and I thought, yeah, too much. Decided to exercise control with my portions as well. This is certainly a large one, and this might send me to sleep anyway. So adding more breakfast topper would just be overdoing it more than I already am. Bear in mind, I'll be eating with a fork rather than with a spoon, and because the meal hygiene's improved, that means that this is going to be more satiating for me. I'm going to find it more satiating than if I were to eat it with a spoon, because I just naturally, out of habit, chew more when I eat with a fork. Potentially because it's just more manageable. The forkfuls are smaller than the spoonfuls. You can't dig up as much. You literally can't dig up as much compared to a spoon. And because of that, because of the improved meal hygiene, I get more full with less food. Not necessarily over less time, but with less food, because I'm chewing more. And then we've got that as well. So yeah, 7:55. I'm now gonna have this meal. I'm feeling dehydrated, which could have meant I made the decision to have the jollof, seeing as it's so convenient as well. But I do need to wash my my flask, and I can do that now before having my food, so that I can fill it up and I have a lot of water, plenty of water to drink when I have my food, which is what I'm going to need to make it healthier. Because healthy intake is very important. Not only is the apple going to help me relieve constipation, which isn't, I can't even really feel it, my bum doesn't hurt, but I shouldn't be thinking about it hurting at all. But yeah, water helps with softening your shit, if I'm not mistaken. It just allows your body to function more healthily. Like, we are made up predominantly of water. That's just common knowledge, like 70%. But day after day, especially if we're not in the field of health in any way, like a personal trainer, which is, I'm trying to provide personal training services. What are the odds that people are going to think, well, we are predominantly made of water, and consistently, day after day, take that into account? You may say it once every few years, realistically, but to take that into account consistently, what are the odds that someone, especially who isn't like me, who isn't going through an industry in which you have to take care of your health to be taken seriously, is actually going to take that into account? So yeah, I am gonna have my meal at this time, which is now 4 to 8. But before I do, I'm going to wash this. This is actually clean. I've been drinking from it, so that's fine. I'll have to wash it tomorrow, but today is fine. I'll wash this and then I'll have my meal. Anyway, I'm going, and this probably, due to the portion size, will be the last meal that I have for the day. Yeah, peace. I really like this. I really like the fact that I now have this meal as an example to show that even my impulsive decision making has more conscious thought behind it, such as the spinach being in there and the apples being there with the Greek yogurt. It just shows that when I do eat impulsively nowadays, this is just one example. I would need many to show that I am actually doing this, and I mean it. I mean I'm doing this when I say it, but this is at least one example showing that even with the impulsive decisions I'm making, they at least have more conscious thought behind that, and that's something that I can build off. Self-hug. I usually do it around the waist like this. This is what I've got. It may seem like I've just crossed my arms, because that is what I'm doing if you were to look at me, but mentally speaking, I'm showing myself self-love, seeing as I'm progressing. Even if I was regressing short term, I'd have to be patient. I'd have to exercise patience and still see myself as my friend rather than my enemy, because that's what's got me here. Calling myself an idiot and shaming myself, even scratching myself sometimes when I was a teenager, is what created the breeding grounds for the mental health low that I experienced. Not only last year, but the year before that, when I was in uni, during the ending stages, of course, when university starts around the start of autumn time, around September. Yeah, I was past that point. I was starting to go into a low, mental health low, because I was not set in a healthy way enough to be able to live by myself. I just wasn't. But now I'm allowing myself to get there, so then when I do move out, I not only move out for good, number one, which is what I'm trying to do, because I need my space and I need my peace, but number two, I have all of the healthy habits in all aspects
of my life behind me, so that I can not only move out, but I can stay out and stay a mentally stable individual, a healthy individual who just looks after himself and that cares for himself. I'm building up the habits so that I can do that outside of living with my parents when I do move out. Yeah, I'm not doing this so I get ready to move out primarily. I'm just doing this because I like where I'm heading with it long term. My plans, the thoughts I had in my mind of wanting to be able to provide personal training services is actually becoming a reality, day by day, bit by bit. This is not a joke. I'm nearly qualified. And that probably would not be possible if 1 year and getting on to 2 months ago now, on the 20th of August 2021 at around 10 p.m, I decided, if I hadn't decided that I had enough of the way of life that I was living, I had enough of how I was force feeding myself, and that I wanted to change a lot, I would not be here, almost qualified as a gym instructor, not personal trainer, not yet. I'd have to get these gym instructor qualifications first in order to have that foundational base to become a personal trainer after that. But I'm getting there. And I'm getting there in a healthy and sustainable way. That would not be possible without improving the sorts of foods I eat, how much I eat, when I eat. I haven't done that yet, but in time. And how much I drink and when I drink. Maybe at specific times as well, but more so just even before I'm feeling thirsty, because feeling thirsty is a sign that you're dehydrated, not like in between points where you're starting to become less hydrated. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. I'm gonna wash up my flask because I still haven't done that, and I'll probably see you. Well, I'll probably make a log tomorrow. I'm not seeing anyone. This is just me making a video on the iPhone camera, iPhone XR, and I'm gonna be editing this all together Friday to Sunday on an editing app called CapCut, CAPCUT, by ByteDance, the same company that has TikTok. Yeah, but I can certainly vouch for the app because it's been more cooperative and more functional than iMovie has for my personal experience. I was starting to get frustrated about with iMovie, and I made videos about that. I just had enough of it, so I moved on to CapCut, and it's always been working unless the phone was overheating. That's not CapCut's fault. That's on me. Yeah, so it's been working solid. Amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat now. It's 6 to 9 in the morning, and I am showing the floor because I wanted to document something that just happened a few minutes ago. Well, actually no, just a couple of minutes ago really. So I was just here, just chilling. I opened the fridge, and then the chicken slices, or chicken chunks in fact, they weren't here, they were on top here, and they just about fit. But when I opened it, the chicken, it slipped and it hit the floor because I didn't package it in cling film or tin foil. It just fell and the contents opened out. Basically all of it went onto the floor, but I picked up the main parts, wiped them off with my fingers like that, and then the rest of them I just swept up and put in the bin. I swept up. They were just like small parts, not even this big. So yeah, you can see the white ones. That's the chicken that I threw away in the corner there. Yeah, not even that big. When they dropped, the instant they dropped, I felt no way. Almost as if nothing happened, because nothing actually happened. I don't have that intense an emotional connection with my food. I just noticed that the oven was turned on a little bit. Yeah, I noticed, no, I was saying I don't have an intense emotional connection with my food. Even though I do have a smile on my face after eating certain foods, I'm not like obsessed with what I eat. No, not so much to the point that I want to cry over spilt food rather than spilt milk. Pardon me. I wanted to make this clip just to say that maybe this could be a sign that mood regulation's improved, because I could, if I was eating like how I was eating 1.5 years ago, for example, I might have allowed myself to feel irritated just off that alone. And my dad might have done that, for example. You just as your average Joe. Yeah, just as your average Joe might get, because of poor meal hygiene, they might get aggravated due to poor meal hygiene, poor eating, maybe poor hydration, which increases irritability from personal experience. Maybe, but for me personally, even though I am feeling thirsty at the moment, I didn't react. I don't really have it in me to react anymore. I have a lot more control over my responses. Like, I can a lot more automatically deeply think before I speak now. Speaking of my posture though, look at that, I've just caught myself. My left foot slightly out, but my right foot slightly more out. There you go. Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick clip of that, because it was rather interesting. After having those thoughts, I then thought, how did the chicken get like that? How did the chicken get to a point where it's so unlike chicken breast? How did he manage that? What actually went into it? And you can at least see parts of what happened. I can see, hold on. Here you go. Say chicken breast, 95%. What the heck is stabilizers? We're not riding a bike. We're not learning how to ride a bike. What are you talking about? Is the maybe if those are the only ingredients there. The ingredients that they're showing are the only ingredients that's in the chicken. Is that why the chicken looks so dry like this? Is that why? Otherwise, how did that happen? Is it the triphosphates that's doing that to this chicken? How did it get like that? What was the process? How? Yeah, anyway. I was just thinking, how did the chicken get like that? Which is a thought that I haven't really had recently with my chicken. I haven't had any thoughts similar to that with my chicken recently. There was a fake chicken burger fillets that my parents might buy, but I haven't seen them recently. I think, that's not chicken, because it's 16% protein macros wise, according to MyFitnessPal. A brand called Zard, Z-A-A-D, chicken fillet burger. I've forgotten the exact name, but it was one of them. And they also do chicken nuggets as well. That's not chicken. How is chicken 16% protein? What are you talking about? Anyway, yeah, that's me done. I drank around about 3/4 of the flask whilst I was having the previous meal that I showed. The jollof rice with the 1 piece of chicken and the Greek yogurt. I started drinking more so when I was finishing the meal, because I was so focused on eating. I was thinking of having seconds, but I didn't actually act on it. I opened the lid completely. I opened the lid and put the lid here, but I didn't actually get it. I'm feeling full. I'm feeling full, and I'm gonna leave it at that food-wise, but water-wise, I'm gonna keep on drinking. I think I've drunk over 5 liters of water, according to my tracking on MyFitnessPal. I made sure that I kept up to date with my water tracking more than I did yesterday, just so that I have more accurate results, which I can use in the future. Yeah, and also it would be a sign of progress to see like how much water I was drinking throughout the day and how I was talking, which you'll be able to hear through these videos, for example, and therefore how I allowed myself to be either positively or negatively impacted by my water intake, which is completely on me. That's all on this cameraman right here. But yeah, I'm gonna keep on drinking, and I'm done for now. I'm gonna go to the toilet. I should not feel constipated. It feels like it's gonna hurt. I'm farted already. I've just done 2 small ones. I need to go to the toilet. I'm gonna end this clip here. I hope that was number 3. Right, yeah, anyway. I hope number 4. All right, bye. Oh, wow. It's 11:45. I didn't know it was this late. I've been on YouTube. Yeah, here we are, hummus cheese. I'm having this because I'm feeling thirsty. I was literally walking from the fridge to the counter over here, and I was thinking, I'm not hungry. But even though I'm not hungry, I'm still doing this. I'm not hungry. I know it's an impulsive decision. As I get the grater out, as I get the cheese out and the hummus out, and as I get the bread out from over here, I still did it anyway. And I'm probably gonna enjoy it as well. Anyway, I really need to drink more water. Even though I've had less than 6 liters, I need more. So, liter count doesn't really matter. If anything's been proven here, it's water in liter count doesn't really matter. How I feel is more important, because I can reach or go above my water intake goal, which is a gallon, 4.5 liters of water, but I can still feel extremely hungry. So although I absolutely can use that for a guide, I'd say I need to rack it higher and say 6 liters minimum as a goal, because I've gone past 4.5 liters and I'm still feeling thirsty. My throat's not feeling sore, but it is feeling dry, so I don't think it's a sickness of any sort. I don't have symptoms of any cold or anything like that, so I think it's just my throat feeling dry rather than feeling sore. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna increase the water intake goal from today, Sunday the 2nd of October 2022, from 4.5 liters, 1 gallon, to 6 liters. I don't know how many gallons that is. I can find out, but it doesn't really matter. It's just an extra 1.5 liters, so maybe 1.3 recurring gallons, and from there we'll see. I might have to even try 7 or 8. I'm gonna set the goal based on how I feel throughout the day when I get to an ideal amount for this season of the year with the amount of exercise I do. The more I train, I'll have to have more water as well. I do have to be aware of that, and that's fine. I can, over years and years, I can collect a solid nutritional database, even water intake wise, to know, okay, my goal is this during this season, and this season of the year. I feel dehydrated at each season of the year if I go below X liters of water. And I know in each season of the year, X liters of water is too much. I've got a 10% battery warning, by the way. and I just keep on going from there, keep on increasing the nutritional database. I certainly won't become a dietitian for it though, because I'd have to do a 7-year degree for it. I'm not doing that, and potentially get myself into 6 figures debt, which will have compound interest. 6 figures debt up front over 7 years with interest. Now, I not only have nutrition information in the gym instructor course I'm doing, but I'll get nutrition information in the personal training course I'm doing. And I know that because I've seen the personal training sort of content. I've seen it with my own eyes with the course that I'm on. So I know it's there, and I'm not just chatting out my ass. So anyway, 11:50, I'm having this meal now. Yeah, and I'll be setting a goal from 4.5 liters to 6 liters from now on, and that will probably mean I have less water. No, less food throughout the night, especially. Sorry, that was my thumb, my right thumb, my right pinky of the camera. So anyway, I'm gonna have this meal now, and then that should be it for. That's gonna have to be it for Sunday's meals, and I'll collect Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So that's gonna be the end of this video. We have changed a little bit here and there with like the water goal, for example, and I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna be drinking my water as I eat this meal. I've got to remember to do that. I also remember recently when I was eating in the car that it was kind of tough to drink water because of how cramped the space was. So I've got to remember that in the future, if I were to be the passenger in a car eating some food, that I might not drink as much water in the car with my meal, because it'd be inconvenient to get. The more inconvenient it is, the less likely I'm gonna do said habit, like drink more water or eat healthy foods. So I've been saying convenience. Convenience might be the second key for a while now. The first key, consistency, then the second key, convenience, I think. I don't think it's just one. But anyway, I'll leave that for tomorrow. I'm done for now. And that's going to be the end of the video. Let's see what I get up to from tomorrow onwards. Peace. The hummus on one slice of bread thing wasn't something I really thought about. I kind of just did it impulsively as I was making this meal impulsively. Yeah, I think I might have thought that I had enough as it is on the one slice, because I did pour quite a bit of hummus on with this knife here, which I have not licked. I spread it on the other slice. Yeah.